I'm Christina, and we're the Gorgeous Geeks, and we're here today to talk about Ghost Rider 2, Spirit of Vengeance, and I don't know how you can like this movie, really.
Well, when we were coming out the theater, I asked Christina, Christina, what did you think about the movie? She said, it's principle, which I can understand. I mean, I really wasn't, okay, every time a new comic book movie comes out, or a movie I just really want to see, period, but specifically with the comic book movies, because I don't want anything to spoil me, because I don't want to go in there without any judgments prior, so I don't like to read too many articles on it, I don't like to watch any trailers, so I went in there completely blind. I had not seen the trailer of Ghost Rider, I didn't know I didn't know who all was going to be in it, and whatever, I just knew Nicolas Cage, and Idris Elba, and that was it. And so when I went in there, and I saw it, I was just like, I mean, I didn't expect it to be great, but I was kind of hoping that it would be better. The graphic, the CGI was great.
Yeah,
I was let down with the bike, because the bike had such a really cool transformation, like in the first one. Like even with you know Sam Elliott's horse, you know, like you saw it, you know, but it wasn't really a serious transformation. No, it was
almost like a joke every time it kind of happened. Yeah. Like it was really too stylized. I could tell watching it. Like after I watched it, I was thinking, man, that kind of reminds me of like Crank, the style of that movie. Yeah. Lo and behold, the same directors did this film, and you can totally tell. Yeah. Not to say to really bash that film for what it was, you know. For what it was, I mean, you know, but I don't think you can translate something like that to a comic book film, because I mean, when you have a comic book film, especially coming from a big company like Marvel, it's not it's not like something in the newspapers, one of those funny comics that it's not back in the days you get it for like a dime. This is like big money, big serious stuff now. It's big blockbuster stuff. No, it's not big blockbuster like Iron Man, but you know, it's still something that we kind of uphold kind of high. And so for this very stylized art, it just didn't compute.
Not that I have a problem seeing Nicolas Cage act crazy, because some of my favorite scenes in the movie Face Off with Nicolas Cage and John Travolta was when he actually was kind of like losing.
Well, yeah,
like, I'm Castor Troy, woohoo! Like that's
but it didn't work. His acting in this film, I don't know if it was just his acting or how it was directed, or even his dialogue and his monologues were cheesy. It just did not come off good at all.
There was one scene I was like, he did this Nicolas Cage. He does this thing sometimes where he goes like this shrill thing.
Oh, let's just say it. Knocking at the door.
He was scratching at the door.
Oh, is
he was scratching at the door? And like it was so funny when he said that. I busted out
I've
laughing.
been quoting it ever since I saw it.
Yeah, like,
and I know we don't like to give spoilers, but you're just gonna have to deal with that one, because
he was so that was. And
funny. When I heard it was reminiscent of Face Off, which conceptually that movie doesn't make any sense, but I still really like that movie.
But that movie but that's the thing. The reason why that movie was so good, because I think was the acting between Nicolas Cage and John Travolta, and how they switched and everything.
Well, yeah.
So I mean, we all know that Nicolas Cage can you know, he can hold his own. He's held his own in a lot of movies, like The Rock, very good movie with him and Sean Connery. And so it's not. I don't think it's a thing if it's acting.
It's not
it was bad choices.
No, it was bad choices, and a lot of that has to go from script to direction to how things are edited. He didn't have like I said, his monologues at the beginning. He had a few monologues when they had these comic book montages, which totally distract from the film's period. I've never seen a comic book montage in a film that has really translated well and hasn't like taken me out of movie mode.
Right.
I've never seen that yet.
Closest time that actually works is when you have like a teen movie and people are on the telephone, you know, like as far as box here and a box here and a box here and people talking. Like, but it doesn't, you're right, I haven't really seen it work that well in an action movie like that. But anyways, and another thing, I know a lot of people are saying that one of their biggest problems is that Nicolas Cage looked way too old and that he shouldn't have been given the part in the first place. He did look like, even though the first Ghost Rider came out, what, like 5 years ago?
Yeah.
It looked like he aged, like...
I mean, I was looking at pictures from the original. They gave him the hair. He had hair, like, up to here, and now it was, like, back here. It's like, wow, this has been some tough 5 years.
Like, and maybe
and
the
he's
time...
been possessed by this demon thing, so, yeah, I can understand it being a tough 5 years.
And drinking.
But, you know, you are... I don't know.
I mean,
he was always miscast. I'm sorry. For the role. But you know, I still like the first Ghost Rider.
But you know what, the thing about the first...
let me down quite a bit, especially
with Blackheart.
With Blackheart. That was totally anticlimactic.
Yeah, it was. But I have to say, but at least, and I know people are saying, I can't believe you actually enjoyed the first one. Well, yeah, it was okay. But the thing about the first one with Nicolas Cage, we all knew that he was trying to play the same age as like Eva Mendes, and we could tell that she was way younger. She was younger than him. Mm-hmm. But I appreciated the fact that the man really worked out.
He worked out.
He lost a lot of weight, got himself a 6-pack to try and make himself look younger.
And appealing to the younger audience.
And appeal to the younger audience.
He's not eye candy to me.
Yeah, but he did not do that at all in this one. And so I was shocked when I saw him. Like I said, I did not see a trailer. I didn't want to see a trailer of the movie. I don't like to see trailers. But I was absolutely shocked when I saw that he did not put the same effort as he did in the first one. And so I was very disappointed with that. Not just because of 6-packs or anything, but just because the effort of trying. Because after the first one, I was like, at least he tried really hard. I could say that. But now I was just kind of like, what? I mean, I have to say, there were some cool moments. Cool moments.
They showed when whatever he would ride, that would transform.
And I liked the idea of that.
But he was on this one device, and they didn't show enough of the carnage. I thought it was cool kind of how he fought sometimes, but then other times, like, he did not do the penance stare.
Not once.
And it always took a long time when he was about to do it, but then he would get distracted and, like, do something else. I'm like, dude, I think you should kill the people who are shooting missiles at you.
Yeah.
You know? I don't think you should distract yourself.
But
I don't think demons have that bad ADD.
They did have an overall plot to this one. You know, and to me, I thought the plot of it, like what the idea,
okay.
The idea,
you know, Antichrist, yada
yada.
The idea
was
it's okay.
Like I said, they had some good ideas, but I just don't think they were executed quite well. Our parents really loved it because they said that, I don't understand why you say, like, he looked so bad.
You totally. No, mom fell asleep though, right?
Yeah, and she woke up and still said it was okay, but. And our dad, but our parents are 54, so they can't see what we see. But, you know, as far as they couldn't understand what we were talking about, the way he looked. But,
that's not my biggest complaint. I could care kind of, that's like a small dent why I dislike this film. You talk about it way more than I do. Stylistically, it wasn't there.
It bothered me a lot.
From script to direction to, the editing, how it just was not there for me. Did not do it. Some of the scenes were downright irritating to me, like the scene on the phone.
I have to say, the only character I really liked was the little boy. Well, I kind of liked the moments with the little boy, and I liked Mr. Elba's character too. He was all right. It was he's supposed to be funny and charming, but he just didn't quite get it there for me. Like, I thought he was very interesting. I thought, and you know what? I hate to be a Debbie Downer about... of course I want good to prevail, but I just don't feel like evil gave it enough fight. Because I'm like, dang, you're the devil. You don't have more mercenaries as bodyguards? Like, it's just easy to bust up in there. There wasn't, like... Okay, in the first one, you saw a couple of different people with different types of powers. You didn't see a whole lot of that. Yeah, it was really... You didn't see, and I was expecting, and I guess I thought there'd be more, you know, especially with the idea and the plot that they had in this movie. I was expecting, okay, well, there aren't any more demons or
I mean, you
people
got
with powers that you
biodegradable
have,
dude versus Ghost Rider. So like, really?
It was, but the movie did have some cool moments, but
and another thing, the little boy apparently has the same powers as, the devil or whatever. So if they have the same power level, then how come the little boy can control Ghost Rider but the devil can't? And
I don't know.
It just, there were these plot holes that didn't make any sense. Like the female lead, there are scenes when she literally had a gun and she's like fighting off these thugs, and she's just kind of spinning around in a circle shooting. And I'm like, well, you know what? This woman is distressed. You know what? I can accept that she's distressed and she doesn't know how to shoot.
Right.
Her boyfriend is a weapons dealer. You come to find out, and it's like, that is weird. But then story progresses and she's a little better than what you thought. And then at the end, she's Sniper Woman.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, what the crap? And it was so inconsistent. Just everything from conception to just how it was all played out. But the one little golden nugget was when they got to this place where all these monks or whatever it's supposed to be. The main monk was Raiden from Mortal Kombat. And he's like, God let you here. I'm like, sure you did, Raiden.
Or the Highlander.
Like, wink. Wink, wink.
Yeah, so it was cool to see him again, but
Giles was in there too at the very beginning from Buffy.
Yeah. As far as suggesting for people to go see the movie, if you're a comic book lover and you know Ghost Rider and you love the Ghost Rider franchise, or I would suggest go seeing it just because.
No.
I think curiosity,
If you're that curious and bored,
I'm not gonna tell people not to go see. Well,
you can do whatever you want. You cannot watch the rest of this video if you don't want to. But I'm just saying, I said it was rentable if you're that curious. But I had a nice evening because we went out and we all hung out and went to Bob Evans and kept quoting Vegeta lines all night and stuff like that. I had a fun evening. And we kept mocking the film. So I had a fun evening from the time that we got, left the show and everything. But absolutely do not see this in 3D because I don't think anyone would feel satisfied after forking out the extra couple bucks. I'm glad I only paid $5 for my movie.
I don't remember any crazy scenes where something is flying at the screen anyways. So I can't even recall.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I wouldn't suggest seeing it in 3D at all. Don't pay the extra money. But like I said, if you're curious, you want to satisfy your curiosity.
My rating is still rentable.
But
Red box, $1. Booyah.
Anyways, tell us what you think. I don't know. I'm just really I knew I was gonna be disappointed. I didn't know I was gonna be that disappointed. Anyways, I'm Katrina.
I'm Christina, and
we're the Gorgeous Geeks.